Faith has been doing interviews for the last 2 decades saying that Tupac lied and hit him up about sleeping with her. I understand that you were actually the one that like worked with Tupac, to come up with the plot to sleep with her. Tell me a little bit more about the role you played in this genius and devilish plan
So yeah,
to avenge, to for revenge because he was out for
yeah,
revenge.
that was his way of getting Big back immediately. Was he was that like he was like he gonna f on his bitches, and he was like Kim, and I was like Kim or Faith, and I was like I think you got a better chance in Faith because before I knew that they weren't on good terms. I lived maybe 10 blocks away from where Big lived at. So I would, occasionally like the hood would get together. Everybody would ride out, go to his shows and stuff like that. And it was around the time he married Faith. So I'm like, and then, being around that circle, hearing this and everything moving still, even though he's married, they having problems, she constantly catching him and shit. So I was like, she's probably the weakest link because when your man is embarrassing you publicly, sometimes you got some frustration and you got you got a little revenge streak in you. So I was like, I think, you might want to go after her instead of little Kim because I feel like she's more loyal or more Lorada to him. So, that was how we got that cracking. And when he got out, as fate would have it, very soon he bumped into her. And after he fucked her, the next so I'm in Queens, he's in California. That afternoon he called me and he called me and told me that he did it. First he's like, I did it. I told you I'd do it. I did it. And I'm like, yeah, what did you do? And he's like, I was and I was like, oh wow. I'm like, yay, great, okay.
So were you disgusted because here's the man you love calling you, telling you that he just another woman, or were you disgusted because it was Faith? I mean, just
no, I was disgusted because I loved him, and it just like I loved him, and even though I thought I could stomach, because it's like we discussed this, and you're calling me because it's like, yeah, we hatched this little plan, and we talked about this, and boom, I did it.
The planning phases.
It was, and in reality, it was too much for me to handle.
Okay, so Faith said in her memoir that Pac demanded that she suck his wee wee so that she can get paid for the song, so that she could get paid for the song. Wonder why they call you bitch, and that she had no idea that Tupac was signed to Death Row before going over there to record the song. What are your thoughts?
I think that's comedy. Because she didn't know that Suge was on Death Row. And she signed to Bad Boy. And Suge was fucking Puff's baby mama. And Pac was fucking her best friend.
Who her best friend? Who was the best friend?
Who still is her best friend?
Oh, I don't know, Miss Desiree. I'm trying to get you to say it.
I know. But
would she happen to be a singer?
Absolutely.
For the last 4 decades.
Absolutely.
And would the singer happen to have an album titled My Life?
Absolutely. You got it. So yeah, so Faith wanna act. Faith just lying off the like. She just gonna run with this lie and go with it. Ain't nobody tell her about no sucking, no weed. Suck his to get paid. I've never heard that before.
In the book.
I wouldn't even read her book.
Put in the book.
That's what you call fiction.
He got it.
She's a fiction writer.
Do you think Tupac ever lied on? Do you think he ever lied or would ever lie on his?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But of the people that he said he had sex with, nobody else is saying that he didn't. And he really wasn't a kiss and tell. You just was dumb.
It was just faith.
You thought he liked you. You didn't never cross your mind. He got a problem with your man. Now you did that on spite, and you just don't want to, say what it is.